May profits be upon you. How you doing? How you doing? All right, we're going to take a look at NZD, New Zealand dollar, against the US dollar. All right, NZD, USD. But first, a message from our sponsors. Listen, I just put out a couple of videos, all right, but I want you to look at the Outlook video, the Forex Weekly Outlook video I just produced a couple of hours ago. I put it in, I already posted it. All right, this one goes through the currencies individually, you know, from a futures perspective. All right, I'm looking at how weak or how strong those individual currencies are. All right, so that we can have a more informed forecast when we start looking at the Forex pairs. Okay, so look at that video before you look at this one, and so that this one will, you know, you'll have a little bit more insight. You'll have more. You'll be better. You'd have better context when we look at these specific FX pairs. Okay, now back to the analysis. Now we're going to first take a look at the RT money meter. The RT money meter tracks the rate of change over a 15-week period, each individual currency. All right, and I update it every week. This week we can see regarding the NZD USD, we can see that USD is still number one, ranked number one. From last week, it was 6.39. That was the rate of change. Very strong, the strongest of all the currencies. This week, it moved up. All right, it's trending up, 7.65. Conversely, the NZD USD, the New Zealand dollar, was last week minus 277. This week, minus 571. It's actually getting weaker, going in the opposite direction. Then we want to put what against what? The weak against the strong against the weak. Let's go. All right, let's take a look. Do some top-down analysis here on the monthly. What can we see? Very similar to what we saw with the with a pound US dollar and euro US dollar. We see this period of bearishness followed by a nice pullback where we corrected up, went deeper. All right, a correction and a new impulse. Now we have another correction. All right, and we are back to this point. All right, what am I expecting? This is a lower high. All right, what happened after this lower high? A lower low came. Shouldn't we expect another lower low? All right, I mean, that's just seems to be reasonable to me. All right, but we're going to look at this through the lens of supply and demand. All right, we can see that price is breaking short-term lows and whatnot, but this is a critical one. Why? Because this formed a demand zone, took out these highs, took out the liquidity. All right, this is a legitimate demand zone, and price broke it. All right, what do I like to see? What do you, come on now, you've been watching my videos for a while. What do I like to see? I like to see flip zones, all right? I like to see demand flip to supply, all right? And we have that here. We can put it right here, all right? Price came down. This is the reaction here. This two candle pullback here is the reaction, all right? And we flush through. Now, I'm looking for price to come back and test at least the breakout zone, the breakout level, or come back into demand, trade back into demand, and then come back down. All right. We'll see the price action a little clearer on the weekly, right? Here we are. This is the break, right? Price comes down, reacts to it, finally breaks through, right? Did we actually break that bottom? Did we actually take out that bottom? No, we equaled it. We equaled it, actually. We equaled it here, but this represented a break of structure. Price came back all the way back up here, taking out this structure, taking out, sweeping those highs, right? And turning things bullish. We were bullish after this break, right? Well, after a break of structure, you expect a return to impulse, right? This would have been the impulse. But in a downtrend, the rules change, doesn't it? The rules change, man. All right. All it did was make a lower high. All right. And we made a lower low, breaking that low. All right. So the flip now is not here. The flip is here. Do you get it now? Are you following me? Come on, man. What is that doing? What is that? Come on, man. Who's doing this? Somebody's doing this behind the scenes, man. All right. So I got a bullish, I got a demand there that was broken, sailed right through. What did price do? Came back and tested it. Came back and mitigated the last demand, because there's demand in there. That's the only thing that changes the direction of price: demand and supply, supply and demand. All right. And we just don't see it on this time frame, but we'll see it on a lower time frame. Anyway, price comes back, trades back into it. All right, comes back into it. That line is there because it swept the high. That's what you want to see. You want to see a sweep before price goes in the other direction. You want to see that sweep. It tells you that there might not be a reason price wants to go any higher. You understand? All these things start to make sense when you put it all together. If we look at it on the daily, we can see that price broke their demand, pulled back up into it, formed new demand here, and came back and traded back into that demand. Now, if we extend this all the way over, we can see price, if we put that as the high, price wicked past that high, but it didn't close past it. So the supply held in all actuality. All right. So we move it over here anyway, because it formed new supply. It formed this new supply. And I'm looking for price to quite possibly find its way up here so we can take a shorter term low. Understand something on, look at all this news. Look at all this news down here. The news I want you to see, come on, man. The news I want you to see, if I can get to it, there it is. Fed rate decision on the 15th, all right? The US dollar may get stronger here because the forecast is for it to go up 1.5%. They're going to give a rate hike, all right, of 1.5%. That's quite a leap, all right? And that'll turn the already bullish US dollar more bullish. You understand? And that'll drag the price in New Zealand dollar, US dollar down, okay? It's already doing that. Why am I looking for a pullback? Because up until Wednesday, that FOMC, up until then, sometimes, come on, man, what is that? Why is this thing jumping all over the place? All right, up until that FOMC, the rate hike rate, the interest rate decision, price, the market makers are going to give the nice price for institutions, banks. They want that discount price to take those shorts. Okay, they want to get the best price for it, and the higher it is, the better it's going to be. So I'm expecting some drift up. We've hit a demand zone, a daily demand zone here. All right, so on the 15-minute, we may see some bullish price action here, and I would take this long to the short. You understand? I would buy to sell. So, but I need to see things, confirmations first. I need to see some confluence here before I take a counter trend, lower probability trade. This is the high probability trade. That's the high. Taking shorts in a downtrend, okay? And that's what we are. All right, we are bearish, and we want to take pro trend trades. Now, I'm looking, you see this dotted line on there? That's because this is a weak low. Why is it weak? Because it failed to break the highs. It failed to make a new high. Okay. So if that happens, it becomes a target for liquidity. The best scenario is if price comes back, trades back up into this zone, and this will be my first TP. This will be my target one. All right. That would be my favorite scenario. However, that's a big ask. Let's go to the 4-hour so we can get some reality. All right. The reality is, all right, we might see some bullish price action from here. All right, because it is a daily demand zone. Okay. But coming all the way up here, that's a big ask. Look at the price action since then. We have a fair value gap here, but for the most part, this has been efficient price action. Those imbalances, like the gap I just pointed out, that's something that you would see. That's something that you would see, and you call that an inefficient movement of price. And price likes to go back and close those gaps. All right, but for the most part, this is an efficient movement of price. Okay, on the higher time frames, this isn't a gap. This is just a bearish engulfer on the daily. All right, or actually on the 12-hour. That's just and price came back up, tested it, mitigate, and then fell down more. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for price to come back to an unmitigated zone of supply where I can take a good short from. All right. Now, this stands out to me. It's not unmitigated, but it is a zone of supply, and it was only lightly mitigated here. All right. And I'm also going to look here because price tried to trade back up in there here. All right. I'm looking at a reaction from here. Might be the catalyst to get it back up in there. Okay. And we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking for any pullback as an opportunity to take this to the downside. Any opportunity, any pullback is an opportunity to take that short. That's what I'm looking for. That's if we get the rate hike that we are expecting, the 1.5. If it comes in lower, this might be going the other way, or we might go into sideways because this is a very weak New Zealand dollar. It's not going to overtake the dollar right now. The dollar is way too much stronger, way more stronger than the New Zealand dollar. So we might go sideways. All right, which would be fine with me. If it ranges, I'll take the high to the low, but that's a whole different thing. All right, anyway, we're looking for a pullback. Looking for a pullback, maybe to here. It may even go here because this is unmitigated. But I'm looking for a sweep. I'm looking for a sweep. All right, I'm looking for sweeps of liquidity, and then I'll look for my setups for a short on the 15-minute time frame. You understand? I'm looking for the setup, and then I'll enter on the 1 minute, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway, you got it, right? You got it. You with me on this one? Looking for shorts? Okay. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me. All right. And that will encourage me to make more videos. Also, I want you to subscribe. All right. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get the direct updates. You get them directly as soon as I put them out. All right. Also, leave a comment, man. Is New Zealand dollar, US dollar looking for shorts? Is that the thing that you think is the best thing to do? Are you in the counter trend trade? You think this is going to go up? Do you? What do you think about that FOMC decision coming up? All right. I'm not a fundamentals guy, but high impact news like interest rate decisions and CPI data, for inflation and whatnot, and NFP, those things, those are high impact and have the power to reverse markets. So I'm always aware of those decisions, and I try to stay clear so that I don't get ran over abruptly because, you know, I'm in the trade already. So I try to stay clear and wait till after decisions. And then I'll go in looking for setups. Again, thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. Look at the two videos on your screen right now. Those are two of the earlier videos I put prior to this one. I want you to check out that Outlook video, man. Get that information, all right? Get that insight, all right? So you can get some good, you know, get the good, what's the word I'm looking for? Context. When you start looking at the FX pairs, you get the context from the individual futures of these currencies, the individual currency futures. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.